video on the GT500. Today we're just conducting a little bit of maintenance, and I really want to go ahead and get the car weighed so there's some catskills up the road, and I want to see what it weighs in at. I don't have the drag pack on it, so we can add about 80 pounds for the wheels difference, or subtract about 80 pounds for when it comes to race weight, but everything else is going to be about the same. So I'm going to go and do a quick oil change real quick. I'll talk more on that in a second, and then we'll go ahead and get it weighed and see what she comes out as. I don't know if I'll do any pulls today, but let's see, it should be a good time. I'm gonna go ahead, decided to go with Mobil 1 full synthetic 5W50. They had a deal running on Napa for, I think it was $6.99 a quart. Pretty hard to argue with that. And nice Wix oil filter, so it should be good to go. So for a while, it was really prevalent on AMSOIL, blah, blah, blah. At this point, honestly, in my opinion, it really doesn't matter. There's a lot of oil tests out there, and they're all doing pretty solid. As long as you're like, I would say, I do think there are tiers, if you will. You have Motorcraft, you have Mobil 1, you have your Valvoline, your Castor Oil, a bunch of different brands up there that are pretty high. Stuff like the Amazon Basics, or maybe the, what is the other one? Great Value stuff from Walmart. Maybe don't go that route for your GT500, but something like this, I mean, it's going to be fine. At the end of the day, all it does is lubricate and keep everything happy. Boost, no boost, doesn't really matter. So should be good. Pretty happy with this. I'm sure it doesn't matter to somebody, but not to me. So 5W50 full synthetic is what she calls for. That's what's going in the car. Motorcraft oil's gotten out of hand. It was like 11 or 12 bucks a quart, so we're just gonna go with this stuff. Should be good. Other than that, back on the 2.8 pulley, kind of in our street car setup. No worries there. So I'm gonna go ahead and jack it up real quick. We'll do our change, and then while we're going over the weigh scale, I do want to talk to you guys about some ideas I have for the near future of stuff we can do over the winter. Should have done last winter, should have done the winter before that, but here we are, so we'll see what happens. All right, we're underneath the car. So the only thing I don't like about the Shea brace is it kind of, I mean, you can get the bolt out and it doesn't ever touch it, but the clearance, you can't get a normal socket on there, which kind of stinks. I think, honestly, I might pull that brace out pretty soon here. I'm not sure if it's really worth it, to be honest. But we'll see. If anyone wants it, let me know. I think I paid $160 for it. So she'll be for sale if anyone wants. I don't think it's my issue. I haven't noticed any difference with shifting. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and pop the drain plug out, see what the oil looks like, and we'll go ahead and get this thing out of here. Oh yeah, she looks great. Yeah, that looks pretty solid. No metallic-y anything going on in here, so yeah, good to go. That's awesome. Last little change after doing the cams and everything did look a little bit concerning. Nothing crazy, but you know, you get a little concerned, you get paranoid. All right, next up we got our filter. One thing I really do hate about the way this car is set up is that filter location absolutely sucks. You can see it's gonna make a giant mess, go inside my frame rails and just be disgusting. So just take a paper towel over here and try and catch most of it, but I mean, it sits right there. So just gonna pop that out next and then we'll be done. New filter installed. Let's go ahead and head up topside. All right, oil change is done. Refilled 6.5 quarts. Mobil 1 full synthetic. I think it's FX2 was the specific oil. Shouldn't really matter, but should be good to go. At some point I ordered some new plugs, so they should be here soon. We're gonna change out the spark plugs. Just regular maintenance for especially running butane. I'm gonna try out some Octanium. I was watching some tests on it. I think they're both equally good, but the Octanium's like 20 bucks a bottle. Bustane's like almost 30 now, which is insane. So we'll try that out. And I do have a tune to test out soon here, maybe in your 60 to 130, but that's not for this video. We'll see what happens with that. Just a little teasing. So let's go ahead and hop in the car and head over to the weigh station. Glad the weather warmed up a bit. Let's see what she do. All right, just grabbed some fuel and an outstanding $3.50 a gallon. But they have some cast scales right over here, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's go check it out. Hopefully no truckers get pissed at me for taking up space, but you know, see how it goes. Cast scales right over there. All right, we're on our way back. The first scale lady unfortunately did not know know how to operate it without a tractor number, so I went to another one, and we got the weight. So let's go and go over when we get back to the house. It was a little bit, I don't know, it's about what I expected, so check it out in a minute. All right, so back at the house now, and went ahead and did the weigh like I just said. Let's go over the numbers real quick. Looking at the cat sheet, we got, let's see where we're at. So 39.40 as it sits right now. That was without me in it. The drag wheels and tires take off 84 pounds of rotating mass, which is crazy, but makes sense. So when we're at the drag strip, our empty weight is 38.56, and with me in it, I'm 230. We're at 40.86. So 4,086 pounds is where we're at when she's loaded down and going down the drag strip. That also doesn't include the laptop and a few other knickknacks, so it might be a hair heavier, a hair lighter, but that's about right. So pretty interesting. I was curious, honestly, where the car weighed in at, and now I know. So it really is just about 4,000 pounds. I was just kind of curious. So here we have it. So old girl is definitely not light, but that brings me to some stuff I wanted to discuss real quick. So my plans for the winter, assuming nothing goes awry, I need to finish my house project first, and then I'd really want to do the transmission and potentially the 1-inch line intercooler upgrade. I'm not too worried about the intercooler right now, although it's definitely, in my opinion, not the most efficient system. However, my thoughts on it are, it can keep IATs under control at the track with ice in the tank, and on the street, it's not amazing, but it's not terrible. So I would like to upgrade that in the future, but for right now, I think I really need to focus on the transmission next before we do anything else mod crazy-wise. So we'll see how that goes, but it was fun getting out and driving the car, and it was a pretty good time. I will say, honestly, I'm a bigger fan, I think, of these wheels in 19 because they have more of a concaveness than the 20, just due to the size difference. Just my 2 cents. But there you have it. So that's going to go ahead and do it for today's video. I just want to go over the weight of the car, see what you guys think. And I also am going to toss in a number right here. This is using a horsepower calculator from a drag racing site. I think it's Wallace Racing Calculator or something like that. I honestly am just curious. They have a ET and weight, or not ET, a mile per hour and weight calculator to see what your alleged power is. So I'm gonna plug those numbers in and see where she's at. But anyway, that's all I got for this video. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one.